What's up? What's up? Part 4. Man. Alright, so let's get to it. In part 3 at the end, we ended up staining, and it looks pretty cool, but what I did is I did sand this a little bit, and we're gonna see if another coat or two is gonna take away that wood filler look. You know, I want it to look very natural, and if it's not gonna look natural, I'm gonna have to frame it. I'm hoping I don't have to, but at the end of the day, you know, we're only gonna find out if we try. Also, I'm gonna start as well by putting some 2x4s in to just strengthen up the stand. So we're going to strengthen up this stand, we're going to pop another coat on, and we're going to go from there. See right here that the yardstick is about 29. Now, some people do these differently. They'll put these in first. What I like to do is wait and measure it out and just get it, squeeze it in there. Squeeze it up in there. And but there's a lot of different ways you can do this. So alright, so we've strengthened up the stand quite a bit. Each 2x4 can hold about 600 pounds. So that's roughly 2,400 pounds that the whole entire tank can hold up. What we're gonna do is also put a couple boards across the bottom, but first we're gonna throw some paint on it real quick. Alright, so I'd say that that's looking better than the first coat. I will sand it down a few more times, put a few more coats as we continue this project. I'm not going to get myself obsessive over it. Also, sometimes those small inconsistencies make a project, you know? Knowing it's custom made, knowing it's, you know, nothing is perfect. So the main thing for me is just getting it to looking really good and really unique. And I think I think this Bombay Mahogany is the color I want to go with, and it looks pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna start to finish the stand and do a few more things, and just continue to move forward with this project. So, but definitely I think that's that looks pretty nice. I do like it. And real quick, I got my DeWalt router with all of these bits. Now I'm gonna practice on a couple of pieces of wood, but this is also something that I can add to this aquarium if I want to put any designs in, and trim it up. So I think that could be pretty cool too. But first, obviously I'm gonna test it out, get used to working it, but just wanted to add this in because, man, I heard that this is one of the better routers to use, 35-piece set, so let's go. We're looking at about 24 3/4. So the way I built this 200-gallon, it's very boxy and not much flair, if you'd say, to it. Besides the epoxy, that really makes it pop. But what I'd like to do is around this viewing panel, we're gonna route, I don't know if I want to use just a chamfer bit, put a nice 45-degree angle, or have something a little fancier. With the 120-gallon, I want to make it definitely less boxy. I do love this fish tank, but there's always, you know, room to grow and build better. So I'm just kind of taking a look at how I built this and what I would do differently if I could. And that's all. So I'm gonna pop two 2x4s in the middle. It's about 14 inches from both sides. The reason why I'm doing this is because I do want to have one small door here, and I want at least 30 inches on this side if anybody wants to add a sump in the future. I want enough room. So basically I'm making something here for where a canister filter can fit behind it. And then this is going to be all storage here, or shelving or whatever. But if you decide you want to add a sump in there, you'll be able to. And this is what I'm basing it off of. This is a 29 inch. So It's 30 inches. 20 gallons are 30 inches. So you can have a 30, you can have a 40 in there, and that'll be perfect. And then I can work around that. So after doing this, I'm going to take the tank off and I'm going to put a few supports across, and we can go on from there. Alright, so I really want to get to epoxy in the fish tank. First I gotta sand a little bit, but I can always sand after I epoxy and stuff. The main thing for me though is I have to get this trim work done on the aquarium before I epoxy. I mean, the epoxy can be dry and I can do it, but I'd rather get all the woodwork, trim work done, painted, and then start the epoxy. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And being that I just got this router, I want to try some practice cuts. Same wood that's on the aquarium. So alright, so I really like this Roman bit here, man. It's really dope, and if you can just imagine it, around the entire tank. I mean, that can look very, very nice. The reason why it doesn't look as good is because when I was routing it like this, you could see the bottom was touching the board. So it didn't give it as clean of a look on this scrap piece, but I do know we're gonna get a very clean look on the fish tank. But it is, it's all or nothing with this one here. I mean, I mess up the littlest bit and we can have a pretty big problem, and I don't want a big problem, but like they say, man, go big or go home. So I got the tank out here, I got the stand. What I'm gonna do is a quick sanding, and then I'm gonna get to routing. I don't want the stain to have any sort of catching, so I want it to be smooth. So we're gonna have to stain over it anyway a couple times, so let's do it. I am never going to do this again. I'm gonna do the trim first and put the trim on, because boy, you want to talk about nervous. You know, I messed it up. Who knows how it's gonna look? You know, it seems like everything looks good, but oh my God. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for episode 4. On episode 5, we're getting into the epoxy, waterproofing, fiberglass, and all that good stuff. It's going to be really cool. I feel like the trim came out real nice. I will probably sand this down 1 or 2 more times, put more of the stain on it, and just get any inconsistencies out the way. We still got the stand to do, putting the acrylic panels, doing the top. There's a lot of other work that needs to be done, but in the next episode we're doing epoxy. Let's waterproof this thing, and I'll catch you real soon. You know.